Friends, in this video I'll be solving some questions that actually involve roots of sort. Now the first one, I'm having 12 plus 2 roots, that's 5. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to say this question is saying we are asked to find the square root of these expressions. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just saying let square root of 12 plus 2 root 35 equals to, let me just say, let me use expression, let me just say root of p plus root of q. We are going to select everything here equals to this. Then we are going to square both sides. Square both sides. If you square both sides, I'm going to have this word all squared and this word all squared. So after that, I'm going to have this is going to cancel everything here. Then I'm going to have this expression, which is 12 plus 2 root 35 equals to what? This is actually root of p, right? Then plus root of q, right, into bracket root of p plus what? Root of what? Q. That is, I'm going to expand. So now, looking at this, I'm going to have this word. That's 12 plus root of 2 root of, that's 35, equal, this is going to give us what? That's p plus, this is 2 root pq, and also what? Plus q. So here we're going to have 12 plus 2 root 35 equals to what? This is actually p plus q, then plus 2 root pq. So the next thing is that I'm going to use equality, rules of equality of sort, right? That is, whenever you have these two sorts, you are equating them together, you are asked to find a condition that must be satisfied in order for it to, in order for this and this to be equal. Then you're going to equate p plus q, which is irrational, to what? To a rational letter here, a rational figure here. Then similarly, you are going to equate 2 roots pq to a rational number here, which is 2 root 35, right? So now from here you can call this equation 1. Then you can simply square both sides of this equation. Then you're going to have, this is actually 2 square is what? Is 4. Then this is pq equals to what? This is 4. Then this is actually multiplied by 35. Then this 4 is going to cancel this 4. Then you can just say pq equals to what? 35 exactly. So you call this equation 2. Now from equation 1, you can just say this is p equals to 12 minus q. Then put inside what? Equation 2. Put this expression inside equation 2. You are going to have 12 minus q equals to what? That's 35 exactly. So after that, the next thing you're going to have is that you're going to have, this is actually q is outside here, right? So this is going to be 12q minus q squared, right, equals to what? 35. Then here you're going to have q squared, then minus 12q plus 35 is equals to what? That's 0. So the next thing you're going to do is that we're going to solve this. We're going to solve this question, and this expression you can actually use 5 and 7, right? If you want to solve it, if you want to solve it using factorization method, you can actually use 5 and 7. So here we're going to have q squared minus, this is going to be 5q minus 7q plus 35 equals to what? 0. So here let's just go ahead and factorize it. So factorizing this expression, we're going to have what? Q into brackets. That's actually what? That's q minus 5, right? Then followed by minus 7 into brackets q minus 5 is equals to what? 0. So in this case, we're going to have q minus 7 equals to 0 and q minus 5 equals to what? 0, right? So here we're going to have q equals to what? 7 or q equals to what? 5 exactly. So that's just it. Then come back to this equation, right? Come back to this expression. We have the value of q to what? 7 and value of q to what? To be 5. So when the value of q is equals to 7, you are going to have p equals to 12 minus 7. Then p will be equals to what? 5. When the value of q is 5, you are going to have p equals to what? 12 minus 5. Then your q will be equals to, your p will be equals to what? That's actually 7. So in this case, you're having 5 and 7. 7 and 5. So you see that we're having what? 5 and 7 twice. So in this case, you can just come back here that, you can just come back here and say, this, the root of 12, the root of 12 plus 2 root 35 is what? Is same thing as what? As finding root of 7 plus root of what? 5 twice. So that's just the answer. That's the answer to it. Since the value of what? Of p and q are 7 and 5. So the root is actually root of 7 plus root of 5 twice. So now let's move to the second question. Now the second question that we have is still the same thing. We are going to solve it. It's similar to what? To the first one that we solved. So now in this case, you are having 14 minus 4 root 6. You can just say, let root of 14 minus 4 root 6 equals to what? Root of m and also what? Plus root of what? Of n. So that if you square both sides of this equation, squaring both sides, you are going to have this cancel this, and you're going to have 14 minus 4 root 6, right, equals to what? That's actually root of m plus root of n, right? Then in the brackets, root of m plus root of what? Of n, right? So now in this case, we are going to go ahead and solve this. So here we are going to have 14 minus 4 root 6 equals to what? This actually m, right, plus 2 roots mn. By the time you expand, you are going to have plus what? Plus n. So here we're going to have this to be what? To be 14 minus 4 root 6 equals to what? M plus n plus 2 roots mn, right? M plus n plus 2 root mn. Then let's just use the rules of equality of sort. So in this case, m plus n will be equal to, that's 14, right? And also we are going to have minus 4 root 6 equals to what? 2 roots mn. Then let's just square both sides of this side and this side. So here we are going to have minus 4 squared is going to give us that 16, and this is going to be multiplied by 6, which is equals to 2 squared, that's 4 mn, because this is going to cancel this square. So here we can just divide both by 4, divide both by 4, right? So that here we're going to have 4 multiplied by 6, that's actually 24. So here we're going to have mn equals to what? That's 24. Check it now. So in this case, you can just call this equation 1 and this equation 2. So now from equation 1, you can establish an expression which is m equals to 14 minus n, right? So you can just put it here. You're going to have 14 minus n into brackets n, which is everything here is m, right, equals to 24. So here we're going to have 14 minus n squared equals to what? 24, right? So in this case, you can just have this to be what? To be, that's actually, this is 14n, oh, this is going to be n squared minus 14n, right? Then minus plus 24 is equals to 0. Because from this expression, if you multiply everything by minus, you're going to have minus 14n, right? Then plus n squared, right? Followed by equals to minus 24. Then here you're going to have n squared minus 14n plus 24 equals to what? 0. Right? So now in this case, we need to what? To actually go ahead and what? And solve this question. Actually use 12 and 2 exactly. So here we're going to have n squared, then here we're going to have minus, let me just say minus 2n, right, minus 12n plus 24 is equals to what? 0 exactly. So here let's just go ahead and what? And factorize. So here we're going to have n into bracket n minus 2, then here we're going to have minus 12 into bracket n minus 2 is equals to what? 0. So from this side now, from this side, we're going to have this to what? N minus 12 is equals to what? 0, or n minus, that's actually 2, right, is equals to what? 0. So here n equals to 12 or n equals to what? 2. So now if n equals to 12 at n equals to what? 12, now what's our m? Our m will be equals to what? 14 minus 12. So m will be equals to what? 2 exactly. Then at n equals to 2, we are going to have m equals to what? 14 minus 2, which is equals to what? 12. So the answer is basically 12 and 2. So that means you can just say, therefore, the square root of 14 minus 4 root 6 is equals to what? That's actually root of 12 plus root of what? Of 2 twice. So that's just the answer. So that's just it. So if you enjoyed this video, please and please kindly like and share my video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.